I hype me up, I gas me up, I hype me up, I gas me up, I hype me up, I gas me up. Take up space, sis. Got my room with this. Take up space, sis. I got my room with this. I'm a trip for this.
Good morning. Y'all made me smile this morning. I see it's Tay and Taisha J in the bushes saying good morning. So I appreciate you ladies. Before I even get started, dropping your comments. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everything went great at the doctor's. It's Tay. Y'all. Okay, so today, as everybody knows, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have meetings at work. And y'all know I clock in late to work every day. I clock in late every day. So we're going to get through these topics today so I can get off of here on time and attend my meetings at work. But yesterday I was slammed. I'm talking about slammed at work. I didn't have a second to breathe, move. I didn't have a second to do anything. I was completely slammed in work and did not expect to, because usually I do what I want to at work. Hey, Linda Gamble, good morning. Usually I do what I want to at work. Yesterday, baby, they had put the workload on me. So I missed all the YouTube happenings. I couldn't even pay attention to the trial yesterday. But we're going to get into some things that I caught this morning because I'm an early riser. So we're just going to get into some things. Good morning. Good morning, Elisa. So I want to start off by talking about, I don't know who I want to get into first. Good morning, Purple Unicorn. I don't know if I want to get into Carlos's shenanigans or if I want to get on Destiny first. Good morning, sound checking that, but I think I'm gonna lean towards Destiny. Destiny Payton. So yesterday, y'all know, on yesterday's show, I was running late, so I had to leave right before I finished the recap. But I want to say this about Destiny and this motherless daughter conversation and her stalking of Melody. First, I want to say, I told y'all, good morning, love seeing her. Good morning. I told y'all first a long time ago, good morning, Real Talk, Grace and Mercy. I haven't seen you in a minute. I'm going to have to come in and check in with you on your page on the replay game. But yesterday, y'all, like I said, I was just so busy. I didn't get to do anything. I didn't get to tune into YouTube or anything. Work had me slammed. And I was just exhausted. I didn't even get on YouTube after because I was so exhausted after work. But when they brought Destiny back, my initial words when they brought Destiny back to the show, I immediately knew that Destiny was coming back to be an adversary for Mel. I knew that when they brought this Moses Sonny love triangle conversation, I knew that it was a lie. First of all, who chases somebody else's husband? I don't care if he was your man first. I don't care how you knew her. The fact that he went to the courthouse and got married and put it on a piece of paper and went into a covenant with another woman. You could never make me come on a show asking a man why he didn't choose me. My self-esteem will never hit rock bottom where I'm asking somebody why, what happened, or, explain to me. You ain't got to explain shit, because the marriage in itself is explanation enough. That would have been enough for me personally. But we all know that Dusty likes to drag things on. So on her page yesterday, Destiny took to her page on her Mental Health Mondays, which be very careful on who you all talk to about your mental health. Good morning, New Orleans Diva. Good morning. Be very careful about who you all talk to about your mental health, because good morning. Is that Leslie? Am I saying that correct? Or is it Lisi? Let me know if I'm saying it right. Lisi W. Be very careful who you talk to about your mental health. I say this all the time. I constantly repeat myself on this channel because I'm new and some of y'all are just tuning in. There's a lot of mental health patients behind these YouTube streets. There's a lot of mental health patients behind these computers. So be very careful about who you take mental health advice from. Also, Lisi. Okay. Good morning, Lisi. I got you now, girl. be very careful just who you take advice from. Destiny, we have not seen Destiny do a lot of work. Destiny constantly aligns herself with people that don't do a lot of work on themselves, i.e. Martell. Martell has been convicted of DV with harassing communications. We know that he's unhinged. We just saw him on Father's Day. Instead of focusing on his children and focusing on himself, he chooses to get online fishing for some type of attention, and then goes off when somebody tells him, boy, bye, after reading the comments. So these are people that she aligns herself with. She aligns herself with people like Tisha. Tisha is her friend. And we're going to get into Tisha too. Tisha is her friend, and Tisha has no backbone. Tisha has no self-awareness, no sense of self. She aligns herself with the likes of Stormy. Now, Stormy is rocking it out in her business right now. But we know her business acumen is nothing to talk about really, because she's just starting to get a little momentum there. Hey, Geneva Harrison. She's just starting to get a little momentum there, but I think Destiny is trying to attach herself to Stormy because of her TikTok success. My advice to Destiny will be to ask Stormy to give you a job in that warehouse, give you a job and a steady income. That's what you can ask her to help you do. Good morning, Ringbaz. But Destiny took to her platform yesterday to piggyback off the conversation, and I actually missed this conversation on TikTok that I'm being told that Melody and maybe Queen Sheba had on TikTok around, now I know Queen Sheba did it on her platform about motherless daughters, but Destiny decided to piggyback off of this conversation with her therapist on her show yesterday. And this is what I have to say about the therapist. There's a fine line in being a therapist and helping someone through challenges and, listening to them. And there's a fine line in being, hey, Creole girl. There's a fine line in being a friend and keeping them stuck. A lot of therapists, I used to have a therapist one time, you guys. She was a Black woman. Good morning to Latrice. Good morning. I used to have a therapist. She was a Black woman. And y'all, I end up knowing more about her. Personal problems than I was resolving my own issues, than I was paying her for. I was paying somebody to help me navigate through some issues that I was having mentally, so that I would not remain stuck in that same situation. I wanted her to help me navigate through those. I wanted her to help me guide myself and find within myself what I could pull out of me to push forward, to keep going, to not be stuck in the same situation. Part of our what we are here to do is to heal ourselves and keep growing, keep evolving, and keep pushing forward. We're not to stay stuck in what has happened to us, because a lot of us have traumatic experiences. A lot of people have a sad story, but what are you going to do with your sad story? Are you going to stay stuck in your sadness, or are you going to keep going? I tell people all the time, I'm not for everybody, because a lot of people like to coddle people in their brokenness. And I'm not really a coddler. I'm going to tell people, okay, so now that we've gotten to the rough stuff, what are we doing to get better? What are we doing to help ourselves? What are we doing to not stay stuck in that situation? A lot of times when I tell my story, I feel like I'm telling somebody else's story because I've so far pushed past the heart and the traumas. I constantly work on healing myself. I have 2 children. Let's be clear. I have 2 children. So in order for me to be the best version of me and be the best mother that I can be to my 2 children, I have to actively continue to work on myself. I can't stay stuck in my traumas, because if I stay stuck in my traumas, then what I'm pushing that trauma off onto my children. And that's something that I refuse to do, because it happened to me. I shared my story. If you all haven't heard, I share, a bit of my story of kind of being motherless. I have my mother. My mother is alive and well, but I did share my story on, the dynamics of our relationship. So for Destiny to get on her live, and we are all aware that Destiny did not have her mother, but for her to get on her live with a therapist and attack Melody based off a conversation, it's very funny to me that this woman claims to be so healed and has these mental health Mondays where she's talking about mental health topics, but you sitting up there with a therapist and attacking another woman on your platform that pays you dust. So I just want y'all to think about that for a minute, how Destiny constantly in interviews, she's just constantly attacking Melody each day on her platform. Whenever she speaks, she's attacking Melody, and it has nothing to do with her. So Melody can't speak on topics that she has with her friends, or she can't speak without you feeling like you have to answer. For somebody that does not like somebody, why are you constantly giving a rebuttal to what she says? It's like all the cast has burner accounts and they're staying on Melody's stuff. Like, it makes no sense. So I just thought it was very unprofessional of the therapist to get up there. The therapist was acting more like a friend than she was a licensed therapist. I feel like she's crossed boundaries. She's crossed lines as a therapist, and I would never pay her for her services. You assisted on an attack based on somebody else's conversation, based on bits and pieces that you may have heard, because you couldn't have heard the full context of the conversation. And to hide behind mental health to smear somebody or to attack someone or to tarnish someone's name or reputation, that's very cowardice. And I told y'all from day one, when Destiny came back to this show, she was coming back as an ally for Martell. She was never really coming, Carlos is messy, so of course he'll put out that Sunny Destiny Moses storyline, but you can't do nothing with a married man. He's married. I doubt if he's going to get a divorce because Destiny feelings are hurt. But I told y'all that she was going to come back. I've said this from the minute I knew she was coming back. I said it on different panels. She was coming back to attack Melody. And what have we seen her do in all of her interviews? She's going for Melody's jugular. She's saying why she can't keep friends, this or that. The way that people act when you're no longer their friend is very telling. I had this conversation with you all, was it Saturday? The way that people act when you disconnect from them, when they leave and their whole goal is to, in my Lexi voice, burn down your house or to tear you down or to constantly speak of your name in an ill fashion, that was never your friend. Those are not your people, because people don't know how to disconnect peacefully. Even if you did something to me, I know how to leave you where you had me fucked up at. I know how to leave you right there and never turn back. I know how to leave you and get my peace. I don't have to leave you in disruption because you're already disrupted in your spirit. So I don't have to do anything to a person that's already disrupted internally. You get what I'm saying? A person that is already struggling on the inside and has turmoil on the inside, I don't have to go person to person, platform to platform to tear you down, because you're already struggling and you'll self-destruct yourself. And that's what a lot of people don't know in the art of war. In the art of war, you have to understand that a lot of people self-destruct and you don't have to do shit. You don't have to touch them. You don't have to put your name on them. And I just want to say, for a therapist, I thought it was disgusting. I thought it was distasteful. I think your license should be reevaluated. I think that you have crossed the line on therapy and friendship. I think you should tell your client that she is obsessing over a woman that pays her dust. I think you should tell your client to focus more on herself and her internal healing. I think you should tell your client that healing is a constant journey, that she needs to focus on herself. She's still in litigation with her child's father about fraud. You're sitting up here on a platform talking about what somebody else, trying to throw shade at somebody else, but you didn't even want to pay your light bill. So, I think people need to focus on their own shit instead of, always dragging somebody down or trying to throw shots at somebody. How are you going to throw shots at somebody when you're in litigation for fraud? Whether you're found innocent or guilty, at this point, you're still in litigation for this. I think that's where your focus lies. I think your focus should lie on being a single mother. I think your focus should lie on being on a show chasing a married man. I think your focus should be on why your husband, after 3 weeks of you giving birth, decided to leave the marriage. I think your focus should be on healing yourself from your mother wounds. I think that's where the focus should be, and that's where the therapist should be directing you. So I just wanted to start off with that little spiel. I think that I just thought it was very tasteless. Y'all been in here cutting up in these comments. Y'all know I love to read the comments, and I am so far behind. So if anybody, let me see if I missed anybody saying good morning to anybody. I think, hey, the Valley Girl, I didn't get you. I don't think I got the Valley Girl. I'm trying to look. Hey, B. Wallace, good morning. Hey, Soulstar. Hey, Samantha LV. Let's see. I think I got, hey, Cricket 22. I think I got everybody with the good mornings. But yeah, I just want to say that be careful of who you leave your mental health. Be careful of the hands that you leave your mental health in, because it's a lot of unhealthy people diagnosing people. It's a lot of unhealthy people keeping people stuck in their bullshit. I ain't never gonna be the. I'm telling y'all now, I'm a blunt friend. A lot of people can't take me because I'm blunt. I'm blunt. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it with love now. I'm gonna say it with love, but I'm gonna say what's on my mind. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing for nobody. I'm not gonna keep my friends stuck in bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna keep my friends stuck. I'm gonna always tell my homegirls, honey, no. We're not doing that. We're rising above that. We're not staying stuck. We moving. We pushing forward. We pushing through. I don't agree with people keeping people stuck. And a lot of people, you know, they like that coddling, that woe is me. Baby, you got about 15 minutes to cry. Either you're going to keep crying or you're going to do something about it to change your circumstances. You got to figure it out and you got to change your circumstances, or you're going to be stuck. And people, you will be stuck in your mess, and people will move on with their lives. The same people that you're harboring resentment for, the same people that you feel like did something to you, some people will never give you an apology for things that they've done to you, but you have to learn to move on and get healing for yourself, if nothing else for yourself. And so the therapist, she rubbed me the wrong way. Let me try to catch up on some of these comments. Destiny will never progress with that therapist. Baby, that therapist is her friend. That therapist is giving friend, not therapist. I can barely listen to Destiny. I didn't even listen to Destiny. Honestly, I got it off of, I was about to say Love Seen Heard. I got it off of Show Style and Spirit. Put it down, Court. I'm trying, Soulstar. I'm trying. Good morning. To Latrice said, Motherless Daughters was a thought-provoking conversation starter, meant to start a conversation, and it really did start an in-depth conversation. That is very true, to Latrice. It's very true. But a lot of people, good morning, Gwen. Good morning. A lot of people take conversations that could be very helpful to the community and that could inspire others, and they taint it with negativity. And I just didn't like that. Sound checking that said you're speaking facts. Courtney, you better preach today. I'm preaching, y'all. Am I preaching to the choir today? Am I preaching on this good Tuesday morning? Y'all don't make me feel like I'm what's his name that was just sentenced yesterday? What was his name? I feel like I'm up here preaching now. I am blunt and forward, but my son has been that way since he was a child. We just talked about it a couple of days ago. A lot of people can't handle your frankness. They can't, Soulstar Music Lover. I say that a lot. I'm very blunt, and but I'm not blunt in a bad way where I'm like trying to embarrass somebody or where I'm trying to belittle somebody. I don't mean in that fashion, but I'm very blunt in not keeping people stuck and coddling people in their BS. I'm just not. I'm not that type that's gonna be like, yeah, girl, what, this, and I know you dead ass wrong. I'm gonna call you on your shit. And, and I expect that from others. I expect people to treat me the same way. Like, I don't want people around me, but my whole family is kind of blunt. I have a sister that keeps me in check. I have cousins. We don't sugarcoat stuff for each other. We're very open and honest. All these people are coming at Mel and still wanting to be making money from the platform Mel created. Samantha, let me tell you something. A lot of people, you are absolutely correct. A lot of people don't have the ability to use their platforms. A lot of people didn't know how to make the best of the opportunities that they were given. So instead of congratulating, they hate. They hate what they don't understand. They hate the audience that she was able to gain and the businesses that she was able to gain, and they haven't been able to get the same momentum. So you see, you see it on the show. They call her fan base is deplorable, but yet and still, like I said yesterday, Marceau asked her to be a keynote speaker at their event, but you hate her fan base. Make it make sense. How do you hate the fan base that you want to purchase tickets to your events by way of using Melody as a keynote speaker? Because you know her fans are going to pay and show up. So it's just hate. Is they hate what they can't duplicate. Sound checking that says she's blunt direct. Me too. I'm very blunt. I'm very, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Bishop Whitehead, thank you, Samantha Elby. Don't get me up here acting like Bishop Whitehead. People can be addicted to toxic mess, so they need a rehab of sorts, not coddling. Exactly, love seen heard. Exactly. Right, same here. I don't try to hurt feelings. I just want to get out and move forward. I know that's right, Soul Star. Taisha says, if the message didn't apply, they should have let it fly. They're the only ones making it a negative message. My thing, Taisha, is y'all claim not to like Melody, right? Y'all claim not to pay attention to her. Y'all claim not to like her. You said somebody sent it to you. You said somebody sent it to you and you wanted to piggyback off of it. Well, if this is a person that you're really not on good terms with and you don't really pay attention to like that, and you got your own motion, why piggyback off of it anyway? There's so many more topics that you could have touched. That's how I know you want some hater stuff. That's how I know you're a hater. Me too. I like someone to tell me the truth, even if it hurts. And baby, I'm a truth teller. You hear me? I'm going to tell the truth at all costs. And hope that we can get some, in all that I'm getting, we get some understanding. But yeah, that's just my spiel on Destiny. Destiny is just a Dusty. She's a Dusty from Dustville. I don't know. I can't believe that she's from Detroit. I just refuse to believe that. But Destiny is sitting, you talk about you only date men with money, yet you have none. So I didn't understand that. I'm the type of person, the same thing that I require, I can reciprocate. I don't know how you're saying you require, you only date men with money. I get it now. I'm not hating on that because I don't suggest no woman date a broke man. But that's a conversation for another day. But how are you requiring a man has funds, yet you have none? How are you requiring a man is so stable and this and that, and you're not stable? Everybody when they speak of you talk about, oh, Destiny's struggling. She was going through some things. That's how Tisha talks about you. That's how everybody that talks about you speaks of your struggle. So I mean, maybe finding a man is not at your forefront. Maybe working on self is where it lies for you. Taisha J says, exactly. Samantha LV says, nobody sent it to them. They were watching with hate in their heart, and to say monkey shoulders had a right to be triggered. What? Exactly. Ain't nobody sent it to them. I told you, Samantha, they stay on her stuff. They just like Martell and Ariane. They have burner accounts and they stay on her page. They stay lurking. They stay trying to find something. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point. This is one woman. The fact that we're going to watch Marceau confront her next week about her fan base, but yet he never controls his brother. His wife never controls her mother, that constantly keeps this lady's name in her mouth. This lady is younger than your daughter. Your daughter is 40 something. Mel is about 38. This lady is younger than your daughter. What could you possibly be beefing with someone your daughter's age for? What are you constantly speaking this lady's name that does not talk about you? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous at this point. I need to hear the truth from friends because I feel like they lied to me, and that makes me question their integrity. I think so too. I think that's just a lot of people are afraid to tell people the truth because of their reaction. But like I said, I'm a truth teller. I tell people all the time, but you would just have to get to know me. You would have to get to know me and know that's the type of person that I am. But I do speak with love. I know that I can come across sometimes as like, but I do speak with love. But I'm very intentional, and I'm going to always tell the truth. I'm not going to keep nobody stuck in no mess. I don't offer unsolicited opinions to people on their personal problems. If you don't come to me personally and tell me, like, these are friends I'm talking about, not celebrities, but friends. if you don't personally come to me and tell me this is your issue, then I don't speak on it, because, you know, I feel like we have to respect people and allow them to give us the okay to speak on their situation. But if you come and ask me, don't get mad when I tell you the truth now, because I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell Samantha Elby, I think they really think Mel is talking about the show, but she doesn't. But they don't care if Mel talking about the show or not. They just want to keep Mel's name in their mouth. Envy is a destructive personality flaw that can spew venom in directions that are unwarranted. Very true. Great point, Love Seen Her. Very, very true. Destiny is a wannabe gold digger. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no. But Moses got it. And I told y'all before, I have my thoughts on Moses. My thoughts on Moses does not line up with everybody else's thoughts on Moses. After looking at his interview with Dustin, I did it on my page if you didn't see it. I have different thoughts on Moses. I think that Moses, we're used to these sassy ass men on this show, and I think Moses he's operating in a restraintive mode, like he's had a woman. He spoke about his grandmother, like he's had a woman show him how to treat women. So, not saying he didn't cheat on his wife. I'm not talking about that, but I'm just saying he doesn't engage in argument with women. I think he let Destiny get off a lot of shots because he didn't want to engage with a woman on screen, like in an argument. And I can respect that. I think that he also stated that he gave her a chance in a relationship, but he clearly stated once he got into a relationship, it's different from being a side piece and moving into a relationship with someone. Once he got into that relationship and he noticed that she was not, he said like he would try to help her with her Madani business, but instead of putting money into her business, she would go places trying to be on TV that was not paying her, but she was chasing fame so bad she wouldn't get paid for it and then expect him to pay for it. And he's trying to tell her how to put money in her pockets. I mean, nobody's going to keep letting you drain their pockets while you chasing pipe dreams. Everybody ain't with that. Like, everybody's not with that. Mel was a great friend. She gave Destiny and Tisha the opportunity to learn from her. Destiny was too jealous to see the blessing offered, and Tisha let Marceau block her blessing. Very true, Creole girl. Very true. Soulstar says Dusty is a bloodsucker. She lashes on to whoever she can ride, and once they catch on and break free, she finds a new source. Well, I hope that why won't Stormy put her on? Why won't Stormy let her be a model? She want to be a model so bad. Why won't you let the glazed body butter get rubbed down on her? I would ask Stormy for a job in a warehouse. You know, they pushing out products right now. Go get a job in the warehouse since that's your homegirl. They need to put respect on the millimeters name. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, because these are the same millimeters that you asked Melody to speak at your event because you wanted the millimeters to buy tickets. Let's be clear. So please and thank you. You know, we show up and we show out and we support, and we have the financial backing to support. So please put some respect on our names, because it's burning them that Mel is paying them dust. It does. They're constantly moving the goalposts when it comes to Mel. Very true, Chronicles of Kim K. And good morning, by the way, Chronicles of Kim K. They really can't take it, and it's almost a mental disorder. What it is about Melody that makes people lose their minds when she cuts them loose. But my thing is, why is the therapist up there with her? Why is the therapist up there with her? Not Queen Sheba done popped in, y'all. Why y'all didn't tell me Queen Sheba? Maybe because I'm up here in the comments and I'm not paying attention. Creole Girl says, Soulstar is responding to Creole Girl. Destiny is not trying to seriously work. She seems to want handouts and benefit from whoever she can until it dries up. I agree. Queen Sheba has entered the chat. Thank you for joining. I done got nervous. Now I get nervous when Queen Sheba pops up in my chat. She says she's walking and listening. Let's see. Let me get through these comments. Chronicles of MK, yet she is the only one who can actively see changing and growing. Queen Sheba says facts. Okay, so let me get back to Queen Sheba says, I think he's a good communicator too. Who's a good communicator? Who's a good communicator? And y'all are commenting today, and I am so far behind. Hey, CDW, So that was my spiel on Destiny. I didn't want to stay on her too long because I kind of wanted to get to some other things. But I think it's very imperative, and this is to anybody that may be listening, may be struggling with anything that may be going on with your life. Make sure that you are vetting people. Make sure that the people that you are going to for information are valid. We take a lot of information. We take a lot of invalidation. This is one of my favorite sayings. We take a lot of invalidation from invalid people. Make sure that people that you seek advice from are actually doing the work. Again, healing is a journey. It doesn't, we don't get healing. It doesn't happen in 24 hours. It's a process. But it's a process that you should be moving forward in. It's a process that you should always see your steps, going forward. A lot of times I see people regressing because of the advice that they're taking or the people that they allow in their circle to give them advice. And I just never want you all to be stuck. It's easy to be stuck. It's easy to remain in the same situation due to people coddling you in your emotions at that time. And I'm all about progression. I'm all about progression. I'm all about moving forward. Like I said, I give y'all bits and pieces of my story because I want to be relatable, to let you know that I can relate. But a lot of times it's a foreign story because I'm no longer that person. I've done the work to move so far past some of my past traumas. So it kind of feels like I'm reading out of a book. Yeah, I know it's my story, but I just feel like I freed myself from a lot of things, and I don't see that for Destiny. And that therapist that she had on her panel, get rid of her immediately. Get rid of her immediately. So let's go into the next topic. We talked about Destiny, and I've stayed on her too long because y'all know, again, I have my meetings on Tuesday, so I have to get to work on time. But the next topic I wanted to talk about was Carlos King and Heavenly. I did get a chance to watch Messy Mondays this morning, and my thoughts on Messy Monday, I feel like everybody needs to quit that show. I think Carlos is dead set on dysfunction. Hey, love Key. Carlos is dead set on dysfunction. He thinks dysfunction is funny. He does not know how to read the room. His job as a producer, his credibility is looking really, really bad. And he's committed to, he's just committed to his bullshit. And I was appalled at what I was listening to. The way that they keep playing this show, as long as this show has been on, we're on season 8 at this point. They still play the show in a way that they're not, for the audience that is not on YouTube or for the audience that does not dig any deeper, they still play this show in a way that if you're watching it, they're making it look like Mel is a problem, and they're not showing the way that they're not showing all that she has been through. They're not showing the fact that she's setting boundaries, healthy boundaries. They're keeping it on a level of, a surface level where everybody's playing clueless. And I just can't get with that. And Carlos is dead set on Martell is so fine. Why are we still in 2024 with a 40-plus-year-old man talking about how good he looks to them? Because Martell don't do it for me. Martell, he just doesn't do it for me. But why are we focused on his looks and not what he has internally? Why is it not disturbing that on Father's Day, instead of enjoying his children, instead of enjoying the tennis match, instead of focusing on being a father, he got on IG to yell at fans for telling him, boy, bye. That wasn't even the worst comment I saw. Boy, bye wasn't even the worst comment I saw in his chat, to be honest. But why are we not worried about how unhinged and uncouth he is? Like, it's Carlos has to learn to read the room. I think that he has to learn to, y'all, I'm so far behind in y'all comments. I don't know what y'all been talking about, but I just think it's time for the show to shift. I think the show, honestly, for me, I've told y'all this, I think the show has run its course. I don't see where it's getting any better with anybody. I don't see where they're moving the needle. It kind of seems like it's just stuck. And it's stuck because the creator, in my air quotes, Carlos, is stuck. He's still stuck on Martell being this sex symbol. He's still stuck on Martell being this builder. He's still stuck on Martell being a millionaire. And we know that it's all crumbled. That's why I used in my thumbnail, when it all fall, like it's all falling down. And it's just, Carlos is stuck. And Heavenly, I think Heavenly reads the comments sometimes. And so she tries to, because she's been dragged a lot, she tries to read the comments and she tries to stay abreast on what's going on or what she thinks people want to hear. But I don't think Heavenly gives I don't think she gives qualified sound advice either. I think she tiptoes just enough so she won't get a dragging, but she says enough to stay in Carlos's good graces and to kind of shift the conversation to where Carlos wants it to stay. The fact that Martell was convicted of harassing communications, of DV by harassing communications, prior to the show, even prior to the series even starting for season 8. And the way that they've chosen to show this on the show after episode 1, it's kind of been played like Melody is just being difficult. Martell didn't do anything and nobody can understand why they can't be in the same room. I don't understand. Hey, April, October. I don't understand why nobody understands boundaries on that show. And it's just disgusting to hear how at the podcast he played it up like he wanted to actually hear Melody's story. He wanted to actually feel her pain. And it was just to exploit her on screen once again. It was to exploit her story. It was to not tell the story in real time, in real light. They're still giving Martell is getting more scenes. Him and Stormy are getting the most scenes of the season. So I just think this show is very problematic. I don't watch the show on my TV again. I joined Day Silva's watch parties. And I just think we have to start holding people accountable. I'm with the black eye. I just think the show has run its course. I will always support Melody in her endeavors, but I can't respect what they're doing on screen. I can't respect how they're still trying to play it like Martell is this good guy with all these court documents out. I can't respect how they're basically calling his children liars. The children have guardians ad litem, and I just can't respect how they're basically calling the children liars, basically setting Melody up to constantly look like the villain, just constantly playing the whole cast against her. And if at any point she decides to defend herself, she's looked at as the problem. And I just can't get with this show anymore. I can't get with how they're, I just can't get with how they're playing it on the screen, how they're choosing to not be truthful in what's going on. And so I don't think Heavenly's qualified to do commentary on this show. Heavenly a mess on her own show. I don't think Carlos is qualified to do commentary because you indulge in the mess. You are a grown-ass man that coddles another grown-ass man because you're attracted to him. And that's basically all they were talking about, is women's attraction to Martell. For the life of me, I cannot understand why a woman is... I just don't understand why a woman is attracted to Martell. I can't. I don't even think, even if I wasn't on YouTube, even with what I see him do on screen, like how he always engages and how he told Chris Fletcher, like he was so cool and calm with telling Chris Fletcher that he was okay with arguing with his wife. Like he gets off on arguing with women. And I can't get with it. Like Martell does nothing for me. Like I don't understand how women be like, but he fine though. Martell got pointy ears, a little bit of legs. He needs 7th Avenue. He has very dry skin, dry lips. He has a nice physique, I guess. I mean, if you like small legs, big upper body, small legs, if that's your thing, but I don't, and I'm not saying he's like ugly or nothing to me. He just doesn't do anything for me. I don't see it. Martell doesn't do anything for me. And all they can say is how fine he is. I don't get it. I don't get why Trisha is so pressed. Trisha is so pressed for Martell to acknowledge her. And Martell is the kind of caliber of man that could never, I wouldn't give a damn if Martell didn't never say my name. Like, I wouldn't care. And I can't understand why she's so pressed and why she had on them panties to meet up with him, to train him, to get him to look at her. Trish said more in her scene with Martell than I've seen her say the whole time she's been on. And she's been getting airtime this whole time, still not telling us anything. But baby, when it came to Martell, she had a mouthful. And I just don't understand that in women. I don't understand how they could see a man be dirt dog trifling and all they can do is like drool over them. And I just don't see it. I don't see it for Martell. Samantha Elby says CK and Heavenly literally downplayed the situation, making it seem like Mel was making filming difficult for the cast. And I definitely got that from Carlos. Carlos was definitely insinuating that Mel is a problem, and he doesn't see why, like he does all this behind the scenes. I definitely got that from Carlos. Heavenly is a flip-flopper. Nothing she says is credible. I hate Mel allowed CK to use the RP as a storyline. I would have refused. I agree. And I think Melody, I think that's part of the reason we don't see her promoting the show. I think that she's aware. I think that after the podcast, whatever happened after the podcast, we've seen a clear, concise rift. And I think that she has finally realized that, and she said it, she said that she was after the puppet master. And I definitely believe she was talking about Carlos. I'm confused. A conviction of guilty will remain that even if the appeal is forthcoming. And that's what I don't get. I don't get why they are acting like he was not convicted. They're still playing this, even with the charge, they're still playing this as if it's such a minute thing. They're still playing this as if the court documents have not circulated with his children. They're still playing this as if he didn't go on Tasha K and say how he struck his son. What he gave him 25 lashings? He said this himself out of his own mouth. He insinuated that his baby girl could possibly not be his. He made that insinuation as attacks on their mother. He was willing to throw his children under the bus to attack their mother. And y'all still playing this man like he doesn't have mental issues. And the show has, I don't get it. Queen Sheba, I think Moses was sparing Dirty Destiny at their down. Moses is a great communicator. His face tells all in them eyes saying, girl, I'm really sparing you. Quit it. Yeah, I just think Moses is not sassy like the rest of the men. I think the rest of the men that we see on the show, they get off on arguing with women. They get off on being in women's business. I don't get that from Moses. I don't get that he's into arguing with women. I don't get that he's into fighting with girls. So to some, it could come across as, Destiny ate him up. I don't see that. I just see that he's a man. He doesn't have time to sit there and so I was wondering, do people want to see him verbally spar with a woman? Would that make him more of a man, going back and forth toe to toe with a woman? I didn't get it. April, October, I don't watch the show. I do support some content creators that do commentary on it, but I am fit to be tired. Tired now. You tired? Hey, Inez Martin. Hey. Melody Cherie is in court this morning for child custody case. Y'all say a prayer for her. We're claiming victory. Victory is mine. Yeah, we're going to send prayers up for Melody, but she got this. She has a great relationship with God herself. She's very self-aware. And, I know that however the chips may fall in her favor, it's already God's plan. So, I'm already speaking positivity. I'm speaking victory her way. He is a flat out but exactly. Let me go down to these comments. Chaotic King seems like he was tormented as a child by his siblings because he was different because he enjoys chaos. He's definitely an author of confusion. He's definitely an author of confusion and chaos. Moses said, red to go. Moses, red to go, red now. I actually don't mind Moses or Sonny because I despise Dusty. I feel like we should give them a chance. We should give them a chance to, do what they're going to do. I said from day one, people going up for Destiny in this situation made Destiny feel as if she was like she had some momentum. People were feeding her ego. She was getting some momentum because people were, I understand, I feel her, I know what she people like Destiny, you can't get them an inch. You cannot give them an inch. You got to keep their ass in that box, because if you give them an inch, baby, I'm telling you, they're gonna figure skate. You let them slide, they're gonna figure skate all over you. So I knew not to give Destiny an inch. I knew not to even entertain her. I knew it. Yes, y'all send up prayers for Mel today. If she is in fact in court with Martell, praying that Mel win full custody and she can move and live where she wants to. Absolutely. Where was Martell going in that car with no air? Where was Martell going in that car with no air, hungry, living with Marlene, stalking and lurking at Mariah's camp? That's why he got loose, because he wasn't invited. It's AT, you are a trip. I don't know where he was going, child, but he was hot. And then nobody, baby, Coleslaw didn't buy him nothing for Father's Day. Then nobody tell him Happy Father's Day, because Martell was pissed off. He was getting on that live waiting on somebody to say something. He was ready for one of the millimeters to get on there and pop off. He was ready. He was pissed off on Father's Day, okay? The heat had them went out. He had to drive her. He had no gas money. He couldn't go hang with Ralph and talk about Melody. Why did he turn the AC on? No gas, maybe. That's what I say to Latrice. He had no gas. Right, Toot, I agree. I can't stand Dusty. Yep, he's from the streets. He knows how to play. Dusty Dirty Destiny really isn't as bad as she pretends to be, but she's not about it, period. Child, Destiny is just a different breed. It's AT, I still can't figure out why he was complaining about if he had the kids. Martell is a mental case, y'all. What I said the same thing. He didn't have air in that regular truck. Love Key said, yes, Courtney Destiny is an attention seeker. She is relishing that the people saying that they disagree with Moses and Sonny gave her complete life. That's what I've been trying to convey that message, Love Key, from the very beginning. I said when she came on the show, Destiny is coming on the show to finish off what she started with Mel. Some people don't want resolve. They can say they want resolution and resolve, but they don't want it. They want to be, she knows that, she probably has the outside scoop. She knows that Stormy feels away. She knows that Tisha, whether she pretends to or not, she feels away. She knows that Martell is on a rampage because he's been arrested. She came back to be an op, and she's doing just that. And people speaking her name, saying that she was done wrong by Sonny, it gave her momentum. And again, people like Destiny, you cannot give them an inch because they don't know how to. They will take that inch that you give them, and baby, they're gonna go the distance. And I knew she was gonna flip. I was just waiting on her. People made Destiny feel like she was the wife being cheated on instead of a side chick who got her karma and lost a man. She wasn't a victim. That's what I say all the time. How are you a side chick to another woman? You're doing something to another woman, and then when somebody comes and dishes out the same thing that you've dished out to someone else, you're a victim. You're not a victim. And Moses didn't lie to anybody. Let's be clear. Moses did not lie. A lot of people are saying he's a player. He might be. He did cheat on his first wife with Destiny. But he's allowed to grow with his second marriage. He's allowed to, okay, I made these mistakes. Maybe I don't want to make it with this wife. Clearly, Sonny knew that he was dating multiple people. She said it several times. He did not lie to her about having multiple women. He did say once he decided that she was the one for him, he cut everybody off. Sonny knew about everything. She didn't care. Destiny may not have known that it was Sonny, but I'm sure Destiny knew that it was other women. They had already both. Their timelines are different, but they both said that they decided that they weren't going to be together. I think they were still texting or communicating, but they weren't in a solid relationship. So why are people mad at him for dating as a single man? And he ain't really lying to nobody. He just didn't tell Destiny it was Sonny, but he ain't really lying to nobody about dating multiple people. They accepted it. So why are we mad? Why are we going up? Why are we so upset? He ain't lie. He was doing his thing. He's allowed to date. I think a lot of people don't know how to date, honestly. They don't know how to date. They just put their eggs in one basket and ride it off. He was weighing his options. And as a single divorced person, he is allowed to do so. Let me see. Let me get down these comments. Chronicles of MK, yes, when you wrote y'all stream, nobody's business, and that man ended that live real quick. I hollered. Y'all was at Martell. Martell got me blocked, y'all. I have never followed Martell. Martell blocked me from something. I think it was something with Sheree, and I was in a blog comment. Martell had to go through the comments because, like, right after that, I was blocked. And I think I commented on a blog post and he blocked me. So I don't get to see when Martell goes live. Martell been chasing a ghost. Exactly. Courtney Chaotic brought her back to beef with Melody. Exactly. He knew what he was doing. Stormy wanted her to come back to attack Mel because she can't be Mel. Exactly. I think they all had a secret meeting. This is just my theory. They all knew what she was coming back for. We'll see it play out, but I feel like they were all on the same page. Destiny seems to be searching for attention she may have never received. She uses people until they figure it out that they're being used by her. Stormy next, because she Instacarted Stormy some $12 Kroger flowers. But she'll be next. Destiny was supposed to take that like a G and snub them both and look like a player. Thank you, Toot Latree. She was supposed to pay them dust. You think I'm going to chase behind a man and ask him what? Baby, please. I'm going to ask, what's your name again, sir? What's your name? What's your name, ma'am? Oh, and I know you from where? That's how I would have played it. But that's me. Moses was honest, but some people are looking over. That's what I said in that. Moses was very honest. Moses is not lied to these women. These women wanted, people are making it like he was a liar. Moses told them, I got this, and this going on. He told her, okay, I don't think we're going to work out, but she's been a side chick. So he probably kept her in that side chick. He put her back in that side chick place instead of giving her the main position. But he didn't lie to nobody. He was honest. Y'all, what are we mad about? I mean, if they like it, I love it. They don't mind. Who am I to tell them? He paid her for her services and moved on. Now he paid her for her services. Maybe they could all over all the couples except Melody Cherie. She's always be the GOAT. Always will be. She is the GOAT. Y'all see she posted the chess piece this morning, said checkmate. Martell blocked me 3 to 4 years ago. What? Yeah, he blocked me a long time ago, and I've never followed him. I was like, what? And I ain't creating no burner account to follow no damn Martell. I'm blocked too. I got blocked 2 years ago, baby. I've been blocked since the Sheree stuff. Tell blocked me when I tagged Tim in a narc reel. Toot Latree sweats. Why'd you block Martell? Martell uses his block button, okay? Y'all think Martell don't block, baby. Martell will block you quick, faster than her. He just like Ariane. Y'all know how Ariane be on her live. Somebody, you blocked, baby. Her and Martell, I think they sit at home and just block people. It's Tay-T, I'm cracking up. You're on the road today, baby. It's Tay-T. It's hilarious. Yes, he was a cheater, but he hurt his wife, not her, right? The only cast I follow is Melody. I unfollowed Destiny when she showed her true colors with Mel. I don't follow, you know what? I didn't follow anybody but Mel. When I started doing content, I started following Tisha, but I'm about to unfollow her. I don't follow nobody else either because I can just go on their page and look, but I don't follow none of them. The only cast, I read that already. Sunny knew her position at the time. Destiny didn't. Exactly. I never followed anyone but Mel and Ms. Van. Yeah, me too. It bothers me when I can't comment on their lives, so I can't get it out. I got to get it out somewhere. I'm telling you, I don't even see the lives until they post it on YouTube because, baby, I've been blocked so long. I don't know what Martell be talking about. I really don't care because for him to sit in that hot-ass truck yelling at people through a screen is diabolical, and it just goes to show. So, y'all, we just stayed on these topics. What else was I going to talk about? I got 5 minutes. Chrisean Rock was sentenced to 30 days yesterday. We all know that Blueface is still in jail. Apparently, he got caught with some type of drugs. I think that may be the holdup because he was supposed to be out. But she got sentenced to 30 days for her California charges when she assaulted James Wright Chanel. and the assault that she denied so vehemently. But apparently there was some evidence because she was sentenced to 30 days and 12 months probation. She now has to be extradited to Oklahoma, where she will have to face those charges in Oklahoma. And they say Oklahoma does not play. So we'll see how that plays out. Bishop Whitehead was sentenced to 9 years yesterday. He was lying too, talking about he ain't did nothing. While he was acting like Dapper Dan out here in these streets, getting all these suit maids with the church folk money, out here cussing people out on Instagram. He was sentenced yesterday, child. When I say it's caving in for everybody, Kenya has reportedly been fired. I told y'all, Team Twirl, I have been telling y'all for weeks. I've been telling y'all about Kenya for weeks. Y'all been coming up in my chat telling me this person said, I know these bloggers bigger than me. I know y'all been listening to them longer than me. I know. But y'all been telling me for weeks that I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm telling y'all, if y'all ever want the ATL heat, everybody hit or miss sometime. But if y'all want that ATL tea, Michelle Brown is basically who you listen to for that Real Housewives tea. If you don't know, like, you just have to know. Michelle Brown gonna kind of tell you, and I've been telling you what she's been saying for weeks, and y'all just was acting like I didn't know what I was talking about. Team Tour was in full effect. Kenya has been I don't understand why people are going up for Kenya. I can understand people liking Kenya because we're entitled to like who we like on these reality TV shows. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying about Kenya is Kenya has been grimy from day one. A lot of people had stopped liking Nene. By the time Kenya came on the show, a lot of the fans had decided that they no longer like Nene because she was cashing them Trump checks and she was telling everybody. And everybody was saying her head was getting too big. But Kenya came on. Kenya was nasty to Nene. Kenya was nasty. Kenya was nasty that whole season. Kenya was nasty to what's her name? What is her? Kim Fields. Kim was nasty to Kim Fields. Kim was not even a good friend to Cynthia. Kenya just to me used Cynthia because that was Nene's girl. So in order to get at Nene, it was like, I'm gonna take your friend type thing, and Cynthia fell for it. Kenya was nasty to the way that she came on to Apollo so blatantly and boldly in front of his wife. Kenya has been about that. So I don't know why people are acting like Kenya was just, this is foreign behavior for her. This is on par for Kenya. I think that at this point it has gone too far, and people are bringing up things like what everything else that has gone on Bravo. We have to be clear. We are Black folk. We can't do what the white people do. Let's be clear with that. These machines are not going to stay behind these Black folk doing the same thing. That white girl might get away with it over there, or that white boy might get away with it over there, but your Black ass going to get called out. Bravo is under a lot of scrutiny at this point. Andy is under a lot of scrutiny. People have been calling Andy out. So for Kenya to do something right at this time, the climate, she didn't check the temperature properly, and Kenya has been a problem. And yes, I'm always go up for Nene because I'm Team Nene, but she was horrible to Nene that first season. And like I said, people overlooked it because they didn't like Nene anymore, so they didn't care that Kenya came in hot with Nene. I was more concerned about Brooklyn than Kenya. I don't think her dad is really into her. Yeah, and then Kenya says she's still married. I'm kind of confused. I thought you were divorced. And why is it taking so long for this divorce? I don't understand. That was so disrespectful. I lost it for Nene when she started to get in the big head too. Yeah, I know a lot of people stopped liking Nene when she started cashing them Trump checks. I love Kenya since watching her being Crown Miss USA, but yeah, now she has to use the flirt with Apollo was wrong, baby. She was on Apollo, and Apollo was one season away from making Kenya his side chick. If I think these celebrities forget that. Millimeters, we can say healthy debates in check, keep it classy and cute, and we rise. We famous, y'all. I know that's right, y'all. Well, I have to go. It's 10:59. I didn't get to the rest of my commentary because I stayed on Dusty a little too long. But y'all, are y'all watching the YSL trial? I'm going to try to get it out today. Hopefully I'm not as busy at work today. Watch the YSL trial. Yesterday, Brian Steele put in a motion to have the judge removed from the case. And when I say he shot shots at the judge, I'm talking about he took an AK-47 Can I say that on here? He took a pow at the judge and put everything he could in those. He put everything he could in that chat. I mean, in that recusal motion. So the judge will get to respond to the recusal motion. A lot of people are saying that they think that he can come off, he can get off of this trial. They saying that they think the judge will recuse himself. A lot of experts are saying it. I don't think so. I think that judge's ego is way out of control. I think that he is abusing his power, and I don't think that he's going to stop now. So we'll see what happened. Woody has been too funny. This trial is so entertaining. If y'all don't watch the YSL trial, again, I'll share it on, I'll share the lead attorney on my community wall. That's who I watch it with. It's something to help you pass time throughout the day. Thank you all for kicking it with me, rocking with me. I love y'all. I have to go. I'm a minute late. I'm trying to read y'all comments because I'm nosy, but I'll read them later. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me, talking to me. Hope you all do something for yourself. It only takes 15 minutes per day, whether it's a walk around the block, a nice glass of wine, a bubble bath, read a book, go outside, get some sun, whatever it is that you have to do for yourself. Make sure that you're taking care of self. Make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep. In the 6th hour, the body heals itself. Love y'all. Enjoy your day. Peace. I am out. If I can get my outro up.